skyline of downtown Toronto really looking wonderful tonight. It's up. And we've got time for a... He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. And here's a look at some numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and EMBIID. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby, and at the 3, the small forward. Passes it to VanVleet. Back to Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. Over Simmons. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
I think quickness has probably never been more important in the NBA, but you cannot overlook the value of strength. Think about a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not the biggest, he's not the most explosive, but he's got strength and he's got that bulldog mentality.
Out to Harris. Drills the elbow jumper. Harris has got the opening basket of the game for the 76ers.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
And Kyle Lowry, Doris, never shy about contact.
You're right, Kevin. Never shy on either end, offensively or defensively. Kyle Lowry will get into you. He is the tone setter with his physicality and his effort level.
Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Here's Simmons, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Richardson outside. Back to Harris. Lays it up off the glass. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And the pass to Anunoby. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Now Simmons, pass to EMBIID. Harris looking it over. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
Here's Lowry. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
But it's almost a sure thing when Kyle Lowry decides to drive hard to the cup. What a tremendous finisher on the move.
Yep, that one goes. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. That's going to send Kyle Lowry to the line. That one on EMBIID. The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the night. Free throw drops for Lowry.
You know, you think about the most important players in Toronto Raptors history. Vince Carter probably #1. DeMar DeRozan would be on that list. But boy, Kyle Lowry has got to be there as well. Remarkable how far they've come since he joined the team back in 2012.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
The tray. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. And the Raptors and Lowry both grew together, Doris, wouldn't you say?
A marriage made in heaven. Kyle Lowry LOWRY has always played with a huge chip on his shoulder. He still carries that edge, but that maturity and leadership turned into a championship in Toronto. It doesn't get better than that.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Raptors with some changes. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Norman Powell comes in for OG Anunoby. Davis is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Here's Siakam. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Horford. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against Utah. Simmons passes to Thibault. Back to Simmons. Pass to Embiid. And that one is off. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
I think sometimes the bench can make or break you in a particular game, and that was a total team effort, no question.
Thibault can't get it to go. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And here's Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game. And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Passes it to Simmons. There's the pass to Horford. Simmons trying to get open. Horford, no luck.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
The Raptors making a switch here. Boucher is checked in. Pass to Embiid. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. It's Scott on the wing. No good that time. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Toronto. 4-point game. Here's Powell. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. It's deflected. The feed to Burks. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
The Raptors have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Hollis Jefferson passes to Gasol. Outside, Davis. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Embiid. And here comes the break. All sorts of time. Korkmaz, no good. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Boucher kicks to Powell. Gasol deciding where to go with it. The 8-footer. That one goes. Count it. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Well, Marc Gasol will never back away when he's got that kind of interior position.
Pass to Embiid. Over Gasol. And it's off the back rim. No good. And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Raptors out in front, leading by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Making his mark in Toronto, guard Kyle Lowry talked about the pioneers of Canadian basketball, like Vince Carter.
Vince Carter really changed the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Carter's exciting style of play, GA, really energized the whole country.
And playing basketball in a hockey town isn't easy, but Carter really helped get this city and country energized about the game of basketball.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
We've got Davis. He's out there with Norman Powell. Marc Gasol is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Boucher in at the four-man position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Davis finds Gasol. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And a moment now to see the stats for Powell.
Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable, averaging 23 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
Here's EMBIID. Passes it to Milton. EMBIID with it. 5 points in the game. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. OG Anunoby's checked in for Toronto. Richardson, he's checked in for the 76ers. The pass to Embiid. Here's Milton. High, arcing shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Milton's got the first basket of the second quarter for the 76ers. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. And yes, it's good.
Way to create just enough separation to get that shot to go.
Well, to me, that's about skill overcoming size. And how about the fearlessness at the offensive end?
Ibaka, no luck. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Robinson wide open, he shoots. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Now here's Van Vliet. Richardson covering. Now here's Van Vliet. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball is the path to something better.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Siakam is checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Powell. Second shot opportunity. A shot by Milton, no good.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Lowry passes to Ibaka. Lets the 3 fly. That's good from Lowry on the assist from Ibaka. Lowry's got the lead up to 6 now for Toronto. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Horford. Simmons looking it over. And Simmons slams it in.
Al Horford is such a tremendous passer as a big man. Wow, does he get work done offensively.
Now Van Vliet. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Siakam against Harris. Goes back up, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Harris.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
First free throw is good. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
They recover it.
I'll tell you, Siakam has the ability to intimidate offensive players. How about that one? Send it back.
Simmons against Lowry. Outside, Davis. And a miss there on the triple. The 76ers trail by 4. Outside, Simmons. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. And the 76ers making a change here. Korkmaz is checked in. 1:46 left to play here in the second quarter. Simmons passes to Thibault. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And passes like that demonstrate the winning mindset Simmons has. A guy that wants to get his team involved.
Outside, Davis. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Thibault. He's guarded by Davis. Horford, good.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. 76ers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well-traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Seconds left in the first half of basketball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the right side. Toronto needs to get off the shot. Here's Siakam. Bank shot. No good. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Thibault, the pass to Simmons. And here is Harris. From downtown, Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Siakam outside. Here's Lowry. Up and in on the layup. Lowry's got 12.
I tell you, this guy combines crafty moves and an effective shot to attack defense. Kyle Lowry cooking.
So that'll be it for the first half. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside for the 76ers. The first quarter was pretty even. They only had a couple of rough stretches. And as thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and EMBIID. As you and I were just talking about this, as more and more players are going public with their trade requests, do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. Now here's Van Vliet. Richardson cover. And here is Van Vliet. And stolen by Richardson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there. And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
Van Vliet looking around. Here's Ibaka. Siakam, right side. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, Mr. Siakam can elevate well above the rim. Nicely done.
And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. And not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Toronto. Norman Powell comes in for Fred Van Vliet.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And Simmons kicks to Horford. And the three off target. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt at 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Pass to Harris. Another shot and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Harris has got his third basket of the night right there.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Pass to Powell. Back to Lowry. Inside, Siakam. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Outside, Simmons. Harris outside. And the call on the and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Simmons against Lowry. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And EMBIID throws it down.
Timeout.
good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
So both teams changing it up here. Here is Davis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Powell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
The 76ers trail by 4. Burks, the pass to Korkmaz. Back to Burks. 76ers moving the ball around. And Scott has it in the corner. Hands it from downtown.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. We've got 1:08 left to play in the third. It's Davis on the wing, defended by Scott. Burks against Powell. Shoots over Burks. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Hey, you talk about this market of Toronto, Doris. It's been slept on for a long time.
No doubt, Greg, this is one of the biggest markets in North America. The Raptors are Canada's team, a country of over 37 million people. The Raptors ranked 4th last season in attendance.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. OG Anunoby comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, and it's Fred VanVleet in for Powell. Unloads. He can't hit that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good. Thibault.
The defensive intensity must pick up. It hasn't been the same this half.
Davis kicks to VanVleet. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. So here's Burks. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. The pass to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for Philadelphia. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Fred VanVleet out there with Davis, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And Toronto making a change here. Siakam's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. HOFer's checked in for Korkmaz. The 76ers shooting reasonably well, 45%. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Raptors. Davis with it. Pass to VanVleet. And EMBIID with the block. And he recovers it. Just 3 to shoot. And again, Toronto no luck.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Stolen away. Siakam passes to Anunoby. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. EMBIID's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Here's Milton. He's guarded by Davis. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Toronto called for the foul. That one is off. Some changes for Toronto. Baca comes in for Marc Gasol. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Davis. And the 76ers also making a change. Simmons is checked in.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
Lowry against Simmons. Back to Lowry. For 3. And the Raptors miss again. The 76ers lead. Here's Simmons. Pass to Thibault. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Oh, picked up his 4th foul. Maybe have to scale back his aggressiveness with plenty of time left in this one.
Down low. And finished off by Horford.
One thing you can't afford is to allow Al Horford to get to this spot. It's over if you do.
Lowry passes to VanVleet. Back to Lowry. Fires the 3. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. Lowry's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
Passes to Richardson. Harris outside. Now the pass to Simmons. 6 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Here's EMBIID. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And the Raptors call time here. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
Here's Richardson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Now it's a 4-point 76ers lead. Here's Lowry. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on HOFer.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Boy, Kyle Lowry has carved out for himself quite the career. This guy came in as a dogged defender, and on the offensive end, he's able to create for both himself and his teammates.
Here's Harris. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Out to the wing. Siakam inside. Guarded by Horford. Ibaka in the post. Embiid's there. And the Raptors miss again. The 76ers leading by 3 to the inside. And the dunk by Embiid.
I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is the time to give his team some punch.
Count that one from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 5 points now this quarter.
Wow, what an easy look Kyle Lowry creates for his teammates. One of the best setup men in the entire league.
Richardson attacking. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Siakam finds Van Vliet. Outside Lowry. Inside, here's Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And now just a 1-point 76ers lead. Lowry against Simmons. Pass to Harris. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Simmons against Ibaka. Steps back and shoots. Here's Embiid. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And the Raptors call time here. They're behind by 3. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here.
You think back to when Marc Gasol first entered the league. This was a big guy whose skills were certainly developing at the time. Now he's incredibly polished and a tremendous leader.
Feeds it to Embiid. Over Gasol. Embiid, no good. Crucial possession with time ticking down.
Yeah, an opportunity to take the lead on this possession.
Pass to Lowry. Now here's Van Vliet. Back to Lowry. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Simmons finds Harris. That shot, no good. Good D by Siakam. Now here's Van Vliet. He's guarded closely. Outside Gasol. Takes it out to Siakam. Got a hand on it. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Richardson with it. Lowry picks him up. It's stolen by Lowry. Fast break Toronto. Lowry leading the charge. It's good.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They trail by 1. 17 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Simmons passes to Embiid. Out to Harris. Back to Embiid. That will count. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Mark, how do you break down what went well for your team in winning this game tonight?
Just a good all-around night. We believe that in the fourth quarter, I think we did a good job of, staying in the game. We just believe. On to the next one.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Dorisburg, Dayton,